Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
What's up? What's going on? How you doing? How's everybody doing today? Happy Tuesday. I'm so happy that you guys are joining me. We're going to get into the Real Housewives of Atlanta today. What's going on, people? Hold up. Let's try this new shit. Let's try to take the comments to the stage, bitch. Okay, hold up. I don't know if I can see it. Oh shit. There you go. Y'all see it? Y'all see y'all chat here? All right, y'all type in the chat. I won't see it on the screen. You heard me? That's what's up. I like that. Come on, StreamYard. Is that why my live was acting all weird these past couple of days? Because y'all have been making changes, and it probably fucks with the rest of us every time y'all do something new. That's what it's giving. I like it. Oh shit. I got my money and I got my whiskey. That's all that's on my mind. Listen, yeah, it is my birthday month. It is my birthday month. Show me love. Okay, show me love. I would greatly appreciate it. So, y'all, we're gonna get into Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then I think I'm gonna come back for a BondyBlue show later today because it's still so much going on, you guys, and I want to get into it. But I just want to say, hold up. I just want to say that, like, the more I look like the tattoo on my back, the more I'm feeling myself. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I don't know if y'all, some of y'all might know I have a Medusa's head with my face. It's a cover-up because at some point I got a tattoo in the image of someone else. And in this new era of my life, knowing better, you do better. So I covered that bitch up with my own face. And, when I turn around, child, and I look this way. Well, I think it's this way. When I look this way, me and the girl are looking at the same time. Okay, it's her and it's me. And I remember one time somebody said, it was like, who is that on your back? I said, me. Every time somebody asks who that is, me. Okay? Me, bitch. Me. Okay? And look at me now, okay? Look at me now. And in my mind and in my spirit, in my soul, what the image really means, okay? What the image really means for me is to be evolving into a goddess-like creature in this life, okay? Hamdulillah, okay? Okay? Listen, y'all read Greek mythology. People be out here with their powers, the shit they good at, and then they be over there trashing the rest of the world. So y'all gonna let me be great. Okay? Oh, girl, let me tell you, I did watch Drew and Carlos' interview. I'm so glad you brought that up. We could talk about that first before we get into the actual episode, even though the episode was good. I want to say I hate, oh my God, I'm about to be so honest. I don't like when people make me feel like I'm being a hater because I'm always picking up on some weird shit that they doing, right? Because I'm not it's not in my spirit to hate on people, right? Like, that's not what I do. I congratulate everybody. I am a very dual-minded person, meaning that I can see somebody's perspective. I can see what they're good at. I can see what they're bad at. I can talk bad about you, but I can also talk very well about you and still have the same intention behind the words. I have told people before with your beautiful ass, like, that don't, you don't know how to feel when I tell you some shit like that. Okay? In anger. With your beautiful bitch ass. You don't know how to respond. Some New Orleans people shit. Just say something. Okay, we're put words together. Y'all saw it in the video yesterday. We just throw words together. Sound good. Okay? I try to make my shit make sense. So I don't like when I'm watching somebody's content and they doing shit and I keep picking up on moments that I feel like are disingenuous but it's coming off like it's supposed to be this heartwarming moment, but I'm reading it as like that don't match. So it must be bullshit. So when I watched Carlos' interview with Drew, and he told her that her dad told him that it was okay for her to let that nigga go. And I just was, I was just saying, I was in my kitchen and I'm listening and I'm washing the dishes, and I'm standing there making my first cup of this very delicious tea. I can't remember which one it is, so don't ask me. Something from the grocery store. He said, they had a moment where she's crying, because she came from a 2-parent household. So she really was buying into the bullshit. But y'all, just for a second, anybody that dates Young Berg, I think something is wrong. She said her and Young Berg are still really good friends. I feel like that means you have to keep a good relationship with him because he has the power in the music industry to blackball you or to make other weird ass niggas not want to work with you, and you want to be able to work with some of these producers. I'm wondering. I don't think that's what it is, because it's like, but Hitmaker makes a lot of really great songs. But him as a person, like, I have never seen a good version of this man. I've never seen a version of him that makes me feel like, oh, I can see why y'all. I don't like. He's mean. He's disrespectful. He uses these women and then he fronts them out. Like, he really enjoys humiliating the women in front of other people. And whenever I see somebody that really gets a lot of joy out of humiliating women out in public and in front of other people, yeah, you're dangerous to me. That's nefarious. It's a whole bunch of like negative, evil energy going on there that I don't want no parts of. So when I see people talking about having relationships with people like him, I'm like, what be going on? Because Drew said at some point she dated him. They still really good friends. She said she dated Michael B. Jordan. She said, when she told y'all she dated LeBron for a minute, y'all lost y'all fucking mind, like you couldn't Google the shit. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like I hate that we sometimes have to remind y'all that Drew SEDURE actually like has been an actress and somebody I knew who she was for a very long time before she got to Real Housewives of Atlanta. She wasn't the biggest star, but once you get like the center role in, a franchise movie, like she did with, what was it? The dance movie, y'all, that Jessica Alba did first. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But like then Drew, did the TLC movie. That was like one of the best movies that VH1 MTV had done in years. Like, they used to be really good at those like 3-parter movies about different groups. Like, I think they were the ones who originally did the Temptations movie and shit like that. And a Michael Jackson movie back in the day. That might have been CBS or some shit. But either way, these are the stations that replay them Johns all the time. Okay? So yeah, y'all really try to play Drew down, and I don't appreciate that. When she tell you she dated these people, it's like, yeah, because at some point she was known and they were new in their career. Just because they've surpassed her in their fame doesn't mean at some point when they were on the same level they did not cross paths. Like, it's weird when y'all, yeah, she was on TV shows. Like, Drew SEDURE played herself on the game. She played herself on the game. Like, I don't think y'all got how, like, like how iconic Drew is, low key, to now be on Real Housewives of Atlanta and really having the best storyline out of everybody. If you really look at it, she has the storyline that Portia was supposed to come with. Portia was supposed to come with this type of storyline. Was she on Sister too? Talk about it, y'all. Let us know what the resume looked like for the stuff that I missed. Oh, I can't remember because there's been so many times I've seen Drew here and there throughout the years that you just started to remember her face. I remember at some point when not Wanda Sykes, what's the monkey bread lady name? I remember one time everybody was thinking that was her mama or some shit like that. Am I tripping, y'all? Y'all remind me if I'm tripping. Monkey braid lady, okay, was up there acting like that was her Cheryl. Yes. Cheryl Cheryl Underwood. Thank you so much. It was her. Okay. Drew had to be young. I mean, I wish I could erase a few ninjas in my young past. Yes. Okay. Cheryl Underwood. Yes. So I don't understand why we have to like act like people aren't who they are sometimes. Like it's okay to admit that she is who she is. Like it's all right. Y'all will be okay. So I feel like there's a part of that interview that was entertaining because Drew has this like really extensive history in Hollywood, and she's very like quick-witted and smart when it comes to dialogue. But when you really pay attention to the delusions, that song Delulu is a really good song. They played it during the episode, but she is delusional, y'all. She is absolutely delusional on so many levels. And I feel like you want to continue to be delusional. It's not like, oh, ding, the light bulb is on, the lights are on, everybody's home. You're not about to get away with this shit the way you did before. And I feel like, yeah, maybe, but the way she speaks, it makes me feel like you're just waiting for your next abuser. We're going to wait and see. But it feels like you're just waiting on your next abuser. Okay? Adele. It wasn't Adele Givens. That's not what I remember. I don't remember it being Adele Givens. I remember it being the Monkey Braid Lady, which is Cheryl Underwood. Okay? That's what I remember. I don't remember it being Adele Givens. Like I don't know when that happened. But yeah. Cuz I remember they were saying it because like they both have like the same type of chin and jawline and they were both short. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a thing back in the day. But anyway, let's get into the episode, girl. But that interview was just a lot. She said a lot of things straight about no, I did not give the information to Kenya. I think we already knew that. She definitely said who she likes, who she doesn't like. She is trying to help Kenya get back on the show. She misses Kenya. She still has a relationship with her. I like to hear that. She talked about feeling like Britt is not for the show. Like she's just not showing enough of her life. She's not being real. Okay. And Shamia's not showing who, her husband. Like you're not showing your husband. And then on top of that, the thing that makes me like really aggravated about Shamia is Shamia acts like she doesn't involve other people and then blame them for why things are happening the way they are. That's across the board. Like it's across the board. And where is your husband, bitch? Like, what he trying to hide? What he trying to hide? Because I'm just trying to understand. It is Cheryl Underwood. I know, right? She was in the Give It To Me video. Okay, no. Give It Up To Me. Okay, I'm trying to remember that one. I don't know why my mind went straight to Busta Rhymes. I used to know that Rod Digger verse by heart back in the day. Even I can't remember it now. We started off. I can't remember. Anyway, Chris Brown goodbye video. Y'all better get into it. So let's get into the episode finally. Kelly takes her daughter driving. Her daughter wants a BMW. Kelly says you need to be able to maintain a car, and BMWs are expensive. For grown adults, not only are BMWs expensive, it's because they break all the time. Like they always need the parts fixed. And that's been going on. I've never had one. My brother had one in like the early 2000s. And I remember him telling me that BMW is not a good car. Like I remember him telling me that. He told me BMW was not a good car and leasing cars is better than owning them because you're going to get a cheaper price. And in a few years, you're not going to want that car anyway. So like, my shout out to my brother for giving me that good advice on that. Cause I held to that until I got my Jeep. And that's the first time that I have actually wanted to keep my car. So here we are. Okay. With a way more expensive note than I was paying when I was leasing it. But I'll own it eventually. And the Jeeps appreciate in value. That's why I don't like when people be trying to play Jeeps. Like people be talking shit about Jeeps. Cause she was like, I thought you wanted a Jeep. Jeeps appreciate in value. Jeeps are one of the only cars that you can look online and you will find a greater price point for it years after it came out based on how well it's kept up and how they tricked it out. And because Jeeps are made to be kind of tricked out, doors, handles, all the little different shit, like it is really easy to like have those cars appreciate in value and you sell it and really be able to make the money that you spent on it back. Like I Googled it, girl. I really did my research before I bought it. Like, my daddy taught me when it comes to these car situations. Okay. The daughter wants to help Kelly run the restaurants. I'm like, okay, that's good. I like that. I like that she is like wanting to do it, but we got to make sure you're doing it. Don't just be out here. I'm talking about Wranglers. Just don't be out here playing games. Like, you want to be a boss and you don't want to really do the work. And then you bossing people around because your mama the boss, not because you're really trying to be good at your job. We don't have time for the nepotism that works that way. I'm all here for nepotism, but don't be bad at your job. Like, just please, that annoys me no matter where we are, no matter what we do. Okay. The Sandy Springs location is giving her a run for her money. Everything is more expensive. Yeah. And now when I look at it, I feel like she was trying to rush to have that business because that's something he would not have any rights to. Meanwhile, she's fighting for all the other things, all the other businesses that she has. Child, not a 2016 Jeep Wrangler costs the same as a 2025 Honda. I know, girl. I know. Okay, it was a good investment. Okay. Oh, no. We still have a Toyota. We still have a Toyota for the time being, girl. We still have a Toyota. Okay. Lyric has the Toyota. All right. Let me see what else. Charles and Angela. Y'all, I think we've arrived to the moment where we can all say Bondi was right. For everybody that thought I might have been wrong about Charles. Baby, Charles is exhausting. What I have started to pay attention to now more than I ever have before as I'm getting older is how people leave me feeling exhausted. I give a lot of energy, right? I give a lot of energy. Roxanne has described me as a goddamn whirlwind. Okay. I give a lot of good energy. Like that. My mind's moving fast. I'm generating a lot here. Okay. So that makes sense. All right. Good energy though, but I'm generating a lot of energy here. What I've started to notice is that if you don't, I'm not feeling any gaps anymore. And somebody said that, and it really woke me up to like the path I'm already on as a person, but it's to stop filling in the gaps for motherfuckers that can't meet me halfway. Stop filling in the gaps. And the feeling that derives from that is when you are having interactions with people and you're giving and they're just sitting there stonewalling you. And it's like you're pushing all of your energy into a void, and it makes you feel exhausted after. It makes you feel tired. Like, especially for me, because I talk so much, okay. I know I talk a lot, bitch. Okay. But I turned it into a business. Fuck with me. Okay. But I know when I'm being drained of my energy because of how much I talk. I know when it's like enough. I don't need to say anything else. I'm tired here. I'm tired here. Like, I'm tired. Like, energy wise, it's two places that I'm tired. Here in my chest and here in my throat. I'm tired. Right? When people leave me feeling that way, especially based off banter and arguments, no. You got to leave it where it's at. That's exhausting. And they're really just pulling energy and not giving you any back. That's what's actually happening in the moment. That's what you feel, but you're not really vocalizing it or perceiving it that way. So you'll say little shit like Angela said, oh, this is our love language. This banter is our love language. That's cat. What y'all are doing is not banter. You are trying to seek validation from him in moments, and he's refusing to give it to you because he enjoys withholding it from you. Also, he feels like if he gives you the validation, it's like he's losing something. So staying stoic, not being on your side, not validating your laughs, not validating your feelings, not even validating your body language. All of that is a soul suck. Tiring to continuously look to someone and they're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not giving you that in response. And they're doing it on purpose. It's one thing when they're not doing it on purpose, like you're sitting somewhere talking to somebody and they on their phone, so they're not paying you no mind. But y'all are chilling. So it's not really a moment where y'all are having a full conversation. You know what I mean? This happens all the time in the house, okay? When you're in the house with somebody. It's a totally different thing when you're sitting in an interview and this is how the conversation goes. Okay, this is how the conversation goes. I want y'all to hear this. Because I mean, I wrote blow by blow for this episode because it was very important to hear how these conversations were happening back and forth. Charles and Angela, they go to dinner. It seems like he likes to leave her hanging. She makes a joke. He doesn't laugh. She says banter is their love language. He says, no, it's not. She says, I'm trying to give him an out. He says, I don't need an out. She asks him for a kiss. He asks why and then quickly pecks her. The producer asks if he loves her. He doesn't answer. Do y'all hear that? All of those exchanges are exhausting on somebody emotionally, mentally, and physically because you feel it. Like you feel how much of it is, oh my God, like why do you have to keep making me feel like this? And it's because it's intentional. It's intentional, but it's also because these people are miserable and they don't want to admit that they're miserable. So they have you around, they have a life with you and all of this. So it doesn't seem as if they're as miserable as they really are. But men being married allows for them to have somebody there with them while they be miserable. That's what Charles looks like to me. Let me continue because that's not all. They discuss her sister who won't allow her name to even be said on the show. I don't blame her. Angela is mad that her sister got in her daughter's face because her daughter thought that because her mom bought the grandmother a car, she can just come and use the car whenever she feels like it. It sounds like entitlement. It also sounds like your daughter is responding to the years of hearing you hold what you do for other people over their head, meaning that because I'm going to buy something for you, because I'm going to do something for you, that means I'm requiring something in return that we're not speaking of. Because why do you feel like you should be able to give somebody something and then your daughter can just go and take it whenever she feels like it? Like, that's weird. That's weird ass behavior to instill in that child. Okay. Because I'm still gonna call her a chocolate shit child. Okay. She's still in her early 20s, right? Child. Okay. So yeah, it feels like I kind of can understand where her sister is coming from and why her mom wants to get her own place. Tired of you holding shit over my head. You either gonna give me something and let me have it, or don't give me anything at all. Like that's the vibe at this point. But either way, she wants to talk to her sister. He tells her that she should just keep walking and let them learn the hard way. And it's like, to me, that sounds like you want to punish them because they don't want to take your help. That's weird too. That's also that should ask you, question yourself. Why are you doing it? Oh, I always want to take care of. Is it so that you can control her? Do you feel like because when you were a child, she didn't stand up for you? And so now it's like, okay, I'm going to take care of you, but you need to show up for me in a certain capacity. I feel like that's what she was saying to her mom. And what I want you to realize is you can't pay them people to do that. You think you can, but you really can't. Like, especially if you're a woman. If you're a man, I feel like it's easier for you to pay for people's loyalty. You give them a certain lifestyle and they'll, fuck with you for the most part. And it's also because depending on how you are, they might be scared of you, like Charles. But I also feel like on some level, there's somebody that can always pull on your heartstrings, like maybe your mom that you can't handle in a rah-rah way. Okay. Because Charles, makes me feel like the same type of controlling personality that anytime I'm doing shit for other people, it's low key so that I can use them, control them, or because I want to be seen a certain way. So if I want to be seen as this good guy that's always helping people, I'm going to be doing for people. And then as soon as they act out of line or do something that I don't want them to do, then I'm going to revoke my help from them. Like, it is that type of stuff. Okay. I know they said after the episode today that her mom just recently passed. Rest in peace to her mom. It's Very, very sad. I do feel like her mom no longer wanted to be a burden. Her mom had a $400,000 house, and Angela talks about how all of these properties that she owns is stressing her out. That the sale from that one really should have helped you. So I think her mom was trying to help her at the same time. But it does feel like whatever happened in Angela's childhood, she did not feel protected by her mother. Okay, that's just what it seemed like to me. She says in a confessional, Charles goes for the jugular. She asks him if he thinks she can hold her own. And he says, with a female, why not a woman? I don't know, but with a female. She asked for him to have her back. He said, Charles, just have my back, and smiles and looks at the camera. And he says, I can sit behind you. So I can't have your back, but I can sit behind you. She asked for him to have her. Oh, hold up. He says his family was Tyler Perry before Tyler Perry. He stays away to protect his peace. That's something you got to learn from men. The way they will just move away from family to protect their peace. You got to do the same thing sometimes. Okay. It doesn't mean like completely pushing people out of your life and disassociating the way Charles has, but it's definitely you needing to create some distance. And not feel like you need to be controlling other people's dynamics. Like let people be who they're gonna be, basically, is what I'm saying. But yeah, no, Charles is exhausting. Like even that little sit down that they had, all of that shit was exhausting to me. I was just like, yeah, no, he's exactly who the fuck I thought he was. Um, and I'm telling you right now, like I said before, the only reason that she is staying probably is because she's weighing it. She's weighing it. Nice life. He takes care of her. Nice, he's in good shape. You know what I mean? Cooks, cleans. He does things that are meant to balance out how he treats her. It's how you keep somebody who in fact are emotionally abusing because you're treating them like shit, not engaging with them. When Drew said the reason why she was on the phone with Ty is because Ty would laugh at her jokes. Do y'all know how, I'm not saying rude, because you should not laugh if something is not funny. But I often find that sometimes people don't want to laugh if you say something funny. It's weaponized. It's used as a way to shut you down. It's used as a way to block connection. That's what it really is. If a person says a joke, like especially, something that's not meant to offend you, it's usually because they're trying to create closeness with you. They're trying to create closeness. And when you don't laugh because you're intentionally trying to block them from creating the closeness, I then have to ask why. Why are you intentionally withholding? You're withholding, pleasantries. The pleasantries that you would normally use to manipulate the person, you're now withholding them. Bruh. You really don't be peeping how people be moving and they be saying this shit. I have a particular narcissist in mind that would tell me all the time they understood their energy. They knew how powerful their energy was. And so they knew that they had to handle it lightly because they would make bitches crazy. So they had to be smart about the way they would handle their own energy. And at first, during the time when I'm still cool with this person, I'm thinking about it like I have this same type of energy where I feel like I have to protect it. But because people will drain my energy, it's not the same thing as you trying to be weary of how people are going to act crazy to your manipulation. They will mirror you and make you think y'all are having the same conversation, but y'all are not having the same conversation. They're like, I'm just saying, with narcissists specifically, people that have these tendencies very strongly. Um, listen, it's the craziest thing now that I think back on it to be having these YouTubers are now psychiatrists, mental health. Listen, I didn't say I was an expert, you guys. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I just am sharing what I've learned and what I'm figuring out for myself as I go along. I'm not claiming to be an expert about anything. I'm definitely not a person that you should come to in the exception of a doctor, in exception of someone that has actually studied these things to a degree point. I would never suggest that. But I think it is important for us to have conversations amongst each other, which is what this is here on social media, here on YouTube. We're having conversations about things because a lot of the times, once we understand something, we can vocalize it, and other people who are having this same thing whirling around in their heads but haven't been able to pinpoint it, as soon as you hear a phrase or hear somebody tell you a story that makes you feel like, ding, I went through that. That's exactly what it is. That's the point of this conversation. That's the point. It's not to pretend to be a doctor. And I would never suggest that you follow me in that aspect. That's kind of odd. I always tell people to go get therapists, like people who are doctors. So I thought that went without saying. Yikes. Anyways, as I was saying, as I was, doing the thing I do where I talk about this and then relate it back to myself to be personable. Oh my God. Let's go on then. Everybody wants to be so like you really trying, you stuck it to me, didn't you? Got me together. I gathered her right then, didn't I? Okay. Okay. Charles is exhausting. I'll just leave it at that. Her mom moving out of the $400,000 home she brought for her. Her mom wants to be self-reliant. Angela tells her she didn't say anything about her sister getting in her daughter's face. That reminded her of when she didn't say anything with her. She did not stand up. She did stand up for her with Charles, though. So that's what they talk about, how Charles had not talked to her mom. Her mom has not talked to Charles in 3 years because they got into it. They were at the house. Charles made some comment about, oh, your daughter need to clean up. Don't tell me what the fuck my daughter need to be doing, nigga. Okay. And I felt like it wasn't even just that. It's probably the little slick ass comments and the way their conversations go. If you love somebody, watching them consistently have those types of interactions hurt your fucking feelings. It really hurts your feelings to watch people you love have those types of interactions with their partners. Like, my God. So I feel like we're talking about it like it was just this one thing that he said. I don't think it was just one thing that he said. I feel like it's the way he was moving, period. You know what I'm saying? The way he argues with her, that shit is exhausting. And then, yes, on top of that, nigga want to go and cheat. I think he did. I think he did at the beginning of the relationship, but she's not framing it that way because of everything that happened with the Madison Square Garden situation. So I think all of that happened at the same time. So for her to make it make sense, and this is in fact a reason why, but it also doesn't absolve the overall energy, which is that you're reckless. You do things without care for her. You don't give a fuck about her feelings to a certain extent. I feel like there's a line where I care about the person that I'm with. And then there's a line where, okay, now this is getting in the way of me caring about myself. Niggas act like that line is always where they are. And it's really not. You don't have to talk to people bad. You don't have to have these tiring conversations where you just want to be argumentative because you don't want to be on her side. Like, y'all don't have to have those types of interactions. Okay. But at the end of the day, that nigga got into that issue at Madison Square Garden, was feeling a way about the shame of it, cheated on her, and now in her mind, it was all of that that caused him to do this. Even though their everyday interaction showcase a lack of care for her. And in the way you make up for that lack of care, you cook, you provide financially. But it's still a lack of care. It's still neglect. You just find a financial way to substitute. And everybody knows that money is not a substitute for energy or attention or love or affection. It's not. It's not. It helps, but it's not. Okay. The kids will tell you all the time they didn't want your money, hun. So the mom makes a joke about how she and Charles are damn near the same age, and Angela got offended. like just fake offended, jokey joke, but just a little bit offended. And I was just like, girl, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? Let your mama have that. Let your mama have that. Because the truth is the truth, man. That's wow. How many years apart? I wonder. Anyway. So Shamia and Cynthia, girl, I'm so tired of Cynthia being this type of personality, but it tracks. It tracks. Shamia didn't sleep after her run-in with Portia at her pamper photo shoot Zen Garden bullshit. So everyone has been noticing the Portia shade that she threw at Shamia when Shamia played her song. And Shamia admits it did hurt her. It hurt her feelings. And the way Shamia speaks is as if these moments happen all the time. And I don't know if y'all notice, but yeah, you'll have friends who kind of have these moments where they just want to say some mean shit to you. Like, I go back and forth all the time. I have a really close friend. I remember we was in a car one day and I might have been bitching about something online. And I get it. People don't want to hear about this shit all the time. I don't want to talk about this shit all the time. But I was just like, we were in a car and I'm just like, this stupid ass shit. Da, 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 da. And they then, since the friend just burst out to me with my two other friends in the back seat. And I'm like, would you have said that shit if we were alone? But either way, two friends in the backseat. She yells out, Brittany, don't nobody give a fuck about that shit. So I can't talk about what goes on in my world with y'all, with you, because you don't want to hear that shit. That has not left me yet. I have not brought it up. It has not left me. It goes around and around and around in my mind. Okay? Because I recognize I have this pattern of being friends with people or having people around me that really don't like me. So, okay, we're out here paying attention to the small things, and people are going to act like you're crazy for it, but it adds up. Just give it time. Cynthia understands because of her situation with Nene and how Nene drug her. They think the other women don't understand friendships. Shamia says Portia's mom doesn't know how to accept her because Diane has issues with Shamia's mom from back in the day when they were friends. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, girl, it's given, like Shamia said, her mom considered Diane her best friend. She insinuates it wasn't reciprocated, kind of like the same shit that's happening between Portia and Shamia. It's so weird the way Shamia will often say shit like, that doesn't have anything to do with that. And that doesn't have anything to do. Girl, yes, it does. Absolutely. Like, absolutely. Energetically, generationally. If you think the way Portia moves is not indicative of the woman that her mother raised her to be, just as you are the woman that your mother raised you to be. If you don't think that that is indicative of why y'all are having issues in y'all friendship, I feel like you have a really great blind spot. Like, it's huge. It's a huge blind spot. Like, my God, today, for you to not understand the connection between those two things. Like, Portia is who she is because her mom raised her to be that way. Her mishandling you, not really having any real care for your feelings. When you get emotional with her, she disassociates and goes dead in the face. Girl, that dead in the face shit. Oh my God. Like, let somebody do that to me one time. We don't need to be friends no more. You can wrap it up. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck because I care all the time. Like, different levels, but I'm always like emotionally invested in people who I call friends or people who I fuck with. I am not going to have a okay moment. Oh, okay, girl. Like with my friend, when they're pouring their heart out to me, when they're telling me how they feel, even if it's something that they don't like about me. Like, I because of how my mouth work, I'm always like, okay, what happened? Tell me what happened. What did I do? Okay. So this type of response makes me feel like you really just don't give a fuck enough. Like, you don't care enough about her. You don't. When people act like that, I think they low-key might be sociopaths. That's beside the point. But I feel like they really don't give a fuck about you, and you should stop seeing the relationship as reciprocal, because it's not. Shamia and Portia's relationship is not reciprocal. And the fact that because they have these fun moments, it's like you erase all of those little pinpricks where y'all are having a good time, and then out of nowhere, here comes some fucking shade. And that's what I have a problem with, y'all. Because if you've actually experienced that in real life, and I have growing up and in adulthood, how weird that is to be having a good time with somebody, and then all of a sudden they say some weird ass shit that's like, wait a minute, where the fuck did that come from? And it's because they low-key hating on you. And they've been low-key hating on you for whatever reason. And they can't even help themselves. They're going to compare. That's what they're taught. People who don't know how to not allow the comparisons and not allow their insecurities to affect the way they treat other people. Like, it's very hard for most people to see something that you have that they may not have, not feel bad about it, and not make you feel bad about it. That's very hard. A lot of people act like children. So a lot of people handle their emotions like teenagers. And I think a lot of people are teenagers. So when they see it, they don't see it as the childish thing that it is. They don't see how obvious it is. I think a lot of us who are adults look at the way Portia and Shamia are handling each other, and we can see how childish she's being, but we can also see how childish Shamia is being, because like low-key as a grown-ass woman, when do you learn to stop taking hits for people that treat you like this? When do you age out of that? I'm not rushing you. I'm just asking, because we're like 40 years old at this point. We're like 40. We have kids, got husband, like we have businesses, we have careers, we have other shit we could be doing besides having conversations with a bitch that wants to go dead in the face and then cry, just do anything, pussy pop, titty fuck. She gonna do anything she could do to escape accountability in this moment, including acting like a goddamn victim. Okay, only doing, just being a victim, just being a fucking victim every time you turn around, y'all. I'm going off into a tangent, but it's the whole episode for me. Like, Cynthia, the reason why you can see yourself in Shamia is because Nene and Portia have the same type of narcissistic personality. A lot of the queen bees of the reality shows have the same type of narcissistic personality. Okay, I'm not calling them that. I'm saying they have that type of personality. It can encompass a whole bunch of shit. I'm not diagnosing anybody. I'm just saying it's all about them. They don't give a fuck about anybody else. It is a mean girl prototype. We've seen it in movies. We've seen it in television. We've seen it on reality shows. You can look all over the place. It's not hard to fucking find. Okay, there are movies all up and through the 80s and the 90s that will show you this mean girl dynamic. Jawbreaker, that's a great one. The Heathers, that's another. Let me use a fucking movie reference, because if I talk about it from a psychological standpoint when it comes to them, motherfuckers gonna be in the comments acting like I'm pretending like I'm a doctor or some shit. Let me make it about a fictional situation then. Anyway, so y'all, without a doubt, Diane probably fucked Shamia mama man. It's giving projection. It's giving you can't be trusted. It's giving you couldn't be trusted. Your daughter can't be trusted. Because y'all give the type of women that's used to being like the center of attention. You're used to being like the pretty one. You go out of your way to be the pretty one, right? You go out of your way to be the pretty one, right? The ass jiggling and just wearing Fashion Nova fits everywhere you go, like never giving that coochie a breath that doesn't have a sundress with your titties perked up, coinciding with it. Like, it's never a relaxed day over there with Portia. Okay, everything is always tight, sitting up, fronted out. It's always for some nigga to see and be like, good googly muggly. Okay, or a lesbian like Cynthia. Okay, bisexual. I'm sorry. Okay, bisexual. We all know Cynthia's bisexual. Good Lord. Okay, but like, I just kind of feel like I'm exhausted with this personality type, bro. I'm just exhausted with it. And I feel like Diane and Portia are the same type of woman. They will absolutely befriend you and go out with you and then be looking at you like Lorenz Tate in the Rain on Me video, hating on you, bitch. Don't let you have a man Don't let you have a halfway nice looking man or some shit like that you bring around them. Then all of a sudden they make, oh girl, you really like him? He all right. Okay. And then you sliding trying to fuck him and shit. Like that's what Portia and Diane give. That they gonna fuck your man, girl. That's what it's giving. That's why I'm looking at Shamia like I can't see you. Like y'all know how y'all like to always bring up that people who are victims are not innocent. Y'all know how y'all like to bring that up all the time to deflect from the person that we should actually be trying to hold accountable in the moment. That's how I feel about Shamia. That's how I feel about Shamia. At this point, how much evidence do you need, bitch? Like that's where I'm at with it. And I know she acting like, I know she acting like now that she got it. She ain't got it. Cause that birthday shit. And then Portia came out and was going off on her about what she said in the scene about Diane. Girl, fuck you and your mama. Like, how dare you, bitch? Fuck you and your mama. Sitting up there coming to me telling me how your mama don't like me and she keep telling you not to trust me. We've been fucking friends since the 10th grade or some shit. Get out of my face. Fuck you and your mama laid up looking for some nigga to come and take care of y'all funky ass bitches. Whatever. You couldn't pay me to be this nice to Portia, bro. Because I just feel like she don't care. She don't care about nobody but herself, Jesus. Okay, so what I said in my notes, girl, I said Nene, Portia, and probably Diane envy their close friends and secretly hurt their feelings intentionally to dominate them. That's what I said in my notes. Cynthia says that she can see the joy in them. She would love to have a Portia Shamia relationship with someone. Shamia's sister tells her they've been telling her that this relationship with Portia is sideways. I feel like that was the thing right there that I really picked up from in this scene with Shamia and Cynthia, which is that both of them have friends that I think intentionally hurt their feelings to dominate them because they be hating on them. You can't tell me Nene wasn't jealous of Cynthia. Bitch, please. You enjoyed dominating Cynthia and making her like bend to your will and defend you and all of the things that would make her a loyal friend. You enjoyed having that power over her because you feel she's more beautiful than you. I'm sorry. Like, you're not comfortable with the fact that Cynthia is a supermodel. And so you treat her like shit and basically take her friendship for granted, literally just trying to get out the jealousy and envy you have of her natural looks. That's what it's giving. I'm sorry, y'all. And it's the same thing with Portia and Shamia. Portia wanted to sing, but she can't sing. You think that wasn't intentional? And that was another thing about Shamia this episode, acting like everybody bringing the shit up from the past. Bitch, we're watching her in real time play the fuck out of you while you trying to play your music. She talking about who is that? What's that? Who's that? Like purposefully, like it's obvious. It's so obvious. Like, Portia, do you see yourself? We can see you. We know you're doing this intentionally to stop her from getting the attention. You don't want us to see how good of a singer she is. In the scene, you are trying to interrupt us being able to listen to it, calling it Drew. Like, girl, what are you talking about? That's obvious hateration. That's obvious hateration in the dancery. Because somebody was in the comments arguing with me talking about when did, girl, what? Just because y'all want to be fucking blind, sitting up there asking me stupid fucking questions, you already know the answers to. Oh, raggedy. Listen, I'm on my period. Leave me alone. So Cynthia, Portia, and Angela go bowling. Portia got ass. Angela wants the bumpers. Portia says, you too out for that. Portia says PJ is not used to Portia being out of the house. She asks, where's her pop? He's been gone too long. Portia texts him and he ignored it. She has to be strong. And she's just really not strong enough to deal with beefing with Shamia. So you're weaponizing the situation you put yourself in so you don't have to be accountable for how you treat your friend like shit. Girl, I wish I didn't wrap that up so quickly, but that's exactly what the fuck is going on here. And you want empathy and sympathy, so you call Angela and Cynthia so we could cry and so Cynthia can obsess about your ass. I wonder if Cynthia is over there, bumping cooch now. She probably did it in her modeling days. But I wonder if she over there bumping cooch now. I'm just saying. I tell y'all, all the ladies in Atlanta be giving gay. Whether it's Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Atlanta, girl, it don't matter. All the hoes is giving gay. And it's okay. Everyone does it. It's fine. Drew talks to her mom about Ralph. He's trying to claim ownership to Drew SEDURE LLC. She created another company because he came after the one she had since 2005. She's providing and he isn't giving her a dime. He locked her out of the house at 1 a.m. He walks down in the basement and lets her in. So basically, he changed the access code so that she would not have access to their house at 1 o'clock in the morning when she came home. He wasn't there. She had to go stay at a hotel. He did that intentionally. She says all she knows is he better stay in that basement. Her mom says his lying, scheming, conniving self is hurting the kids because, this situation is hurtful to them. Like I told y'all, there's no way. I don't know why y'all think just because niggas are there, that means they're being good dads. Y'all are weird like that. It's as if you didn't grow up in a household with parents knowing. You know what it is? I think a lot of the people that have this type of argument against me, it's because you did not grow up with a parent that showcased one thing in private and then one thing in public. You maybe didn't experience that because a lot of y'all's ignorant ass parents did all of the shit that they would do in private. They did that shit outside in front of people too. Everybody's people didn't get down like that. A lot of people hid the things that they did. Okay. So a lot of us understand that, like, as a child, nobody can really know what goes on in your house. Like, this. Like, that's crazy. That's why they say, especially Black people, what goes on in this house stays in this house. That is being said because there's a culture that understands nobody really knows what's going on except for the people that's in the fucking house. And even sometimes they don't know what the fuck going on, depending what it is. That's why it be so weird when people be online arguing that somebody did not do something. How do you know? Are you with them 24/7? How do you know? Drew's mom came to help. Okay, just got on the flight and came to the rescue. Her dad just died, so Drew's mom is going through a lot, but she's still showing up for her daughter. Drew is at war with Ralph. Now, Drew, I need for you to wake up the part of your brain that wants to stay delusional, because if not, you're just going to end up in another situation like this. This is what I clocked that she said. Drew said that they have been better co-parents now that they're divorced than they ever were when they were married. Drew, you keep saying that as if that is a forgiving quality, as if that means he's being a good father, but he's just being a terrible husband. Bam, those two things that we are now in a generation that understands you can't, that's not how they work. You can't be a terrible husband and be a good father at the same time. I know y'all think you can, but what we found as we grow up is no, not really. No, not really. Whatever you do will eventually affect your child. Whatever you do, it will eventually affect your child. The way they handle themselves, the way they handle their relationships with other people. If Ralph thinks that his daughters are not going to have that with one daughter and there's two sons, child, I can't recall how many children it is. If you think those children are not going to have a very hard time with relationships, and if you think that what you are doing with Drew is not going to negatively affect their psyche and their little nervous systems, you are sadly mistaken and you are sick. You're sick in the head if you think that. Because like you trying to destroy the mom because you angry and vengeful and petty and small and spiteful. Yeah, that's going to negatively affect the kids, my nigga. Are you okay? And you don't care. That's how you know that they're not good dads the way they pretend to be, because they will put the mom through unnecessary pain, unnecessary drama, because they're angry, because they feel away. That means they're not putting the child's feelings first. Stop thinking motherfuckers is good daddies because they show up to the visiting. Y'all are weird. Niggas be knowing they daddies ain't shit. Your daddy pick you up and drop you off by your grandmama house, and you sitting on the internet arguing with me about how he a good daddy because you seen them together sometimes. Stop. He is dragging this thing out in court. She might have to get another lawyer because he's requesting her lawyer be recused because her lawyer helped her get another business once he attacked the other one and tried to take ownership of that one. Drew insists that they've been better co-parents, as I told y'all, which makes me feel like she's being delusional about what's actually happening. The only reason it feels better is because he has to do everything while he has the kids, and you don't have to help him in any way. But he makes you pay for that, locking you out of the house, not doing the shit that he's supposed to be doing based on a court order, like paying for the people to come to the house and spray and all of that, the shit that he was supposed to handle. Her mom says he's trying to make Drew financially fail. And the judge made a dumbass decision making them have this stupid living arrangement. I told y'all, I was like, I don't know who those judges are, but this is so stupid to have them living like this. The kids are different now. And Drew cries and says that she didn't know that her kids were being different for her mom. I think she knew that the kids were being different for her, but that's different, right? If you know you have more patience with your children, you know they might try you a little bit more. But with your mom, you kind of imagine that they get in line because that's what you've seen. But then your mom starts to tell you that when you're not around, they're not getting in line the way they used to. That's when you understand that, okay, this is actually having an effect, because that's how children act out. I know we don't like to pay attention to that, but when children have issues listening, when they're testing boundaries, all of those things, it's a part of growing up. But also when you add the stress of a unstable household situation, it can make their emotions heighten. They don't even realize it. Like, you just don't. You don't know that you stressed the fuck out as a kid. So that's why you act in the way you are, because nobody's computing your feelings in that way. Let me see what else. The chef had to come in to calm the mama down. And like, this is the moment I feel like that makes you see that Drew is giving you something very real. That's what I felt when I saw her mom crying. We can pretend like Drew is always acting and shit, but when it comes to some of this stuff and you get to see the people in her life that are showing up on her behalf to validate what's happening, and we see it for ourselves, like it really kind of puts the shit in perspective. It's not just a storyline. We're gonna get to it. And actually we're about to get into it right now. So Drew jokingly tells her mom not to say that she may die one day, that she's going to live forever. Yeah, I need y'all to stop doing that. I know y'all joke when y'all say that and all of that. Like, I have a joke with my mama from the Golden Girls, like, you better pickle yourself so you can live to be 100. Okay, because there's this episode of the Golden Girls where Sophia is talking about all of the shit that she puts on herself before she goes to bed, and Dorothy says, "What are you trying to pickle yourself so that you'll live to be 100?" So I always tell my mama, "You better pickle yourself so you can live to be 100. I need you to be here for as long as you can. You taking walks, you stretching. You know what I mean? Like, is your blood circulating, ma'am? You a paper chaser? You got the block on fire, remaining in look." Listen, you answer questions and you just go into that song. Y'all can't do nothing but love first music. I'm sorry. They asked too many questions. Anyway, Portia and Shamia meet up and talk. Somebody asked me in the comments, and yes, I absolutely do think that Portia and Shamia are the type of friends that have probably at least made out. I think they fucked, but if nothing, they've made out. And I feel like Portia would have been the one to initiate, and Shamia would be having a good time, being the good time girl, being a people pleaser, having some of the same feelings, would then, yeah, I can see her allowing that to happen. I can see Portia getting all drunk and grabbing her booty and, maybe kissing her, and then Shamia being drunk and kind of letting the shit happen because, it all feels all soft and shit. So yeah, I could absolutely see them fucking. They don't have to in order for this emotion to be there. Like, that's not necessary to the plot. But the way they play with each other's body parts and the way Portia is known to kitty click from time to time, didn't what the girls did when Drew and them was at the at the fucking bachelorette party, bitch. Wasn't there some kitty clickage across the board? Wasn't Shamia there for that? Yeah. I tell you all the time, the girls are kitty clicking. The kitties are clicking. So yes, Portia and Shamia meet up to talk. Shamia apologizes for not being open about her feelings over the years. To me, off rip, you're apologizing for something. It makes me feel like Portia is always like being praised, apologized to, even when she does something wrong to somebody. And then she turns around and acts like she had to beg them, even though they were basically begging her. That was very interesting to me. Shamia says she masked her hurt to protect their friendship. What that really means is, I know if I'm honest with you about my feelings, you're going to have a negative response that's only going to make it worse. And I don't want to not be your friend. So I just kind of let you play me and disrespect me. And I just take the L. That's what she was saying right there. Shamia says she would have preferred for it not to come from the group. She didn't need them to do that. Yes, you did, Shamia. You did need them to do that because you weren't going to do it. Portia says, well, you had already told the group prior to me knowing anything about it. Shamia says the difference is when I have an issue with you, I don't do the things that you do. I try to protect our friendship. I don't interrupt you when you're talking, interrupt your music, disrespect you. Like, I don't do those dismissive, hurtful things that you do. It's like death of 1,000 cuts. Y'all spend a day together and y'all might have been laughing and having a good time. But all of these little, like, all of these little moments of these little slick ass hurtful comments, they add up. They add up to the point that you go home later on. Yeah, you had a good time, but you're like, why she said that? Like, what was that about? You heard when she said this? And sometimes this shit go over your head in a moment. So it'd be like an afterthought. Like, was that bitch trying to play me? Like, bruh. Okay, let me continue, girl, because I want to get through the notes of it, and then we're gonna get to this chat. Okay, because I see y'all talking to me. Shamia says, what I would like moving forward, and Portia has a dead face, right? What I would like moving forward is for you to, for me to be able to express how I feel to you. As she's saying this, Portia breathes in exhaustion. That type of body language, does that make you feel like the person is receiving what you're saying? Does it make you feel like they're engaged? They're not. Energetically, they're not engaging. Energetically, what you're doing, pouring yourself, trying to find ways to pull them back in. And this is the response. This is not equal. This is not reciprocal. Shamia asks if she's boring her. Portia says she's uncomfortable. Portia says they already talked about this. Shamia says she's taking what the ladies say and running with it. No, she's not. She doesn't want to hear what you're saying now in this moment. She was able to listen to what the other women said, but when you come to her, she doesn't want to hear you. Stop misdirecting your anger, Shamia. You keep doing that shit. Shamia says that she's being dismissive. Portia told her, she was like, even it's hard for me to even feel comfortable to tell you things because look how you told me what your mom said about me and how the apple don't fall far from the tree. And that's why, you step away from me. Shamia is saying off camera, this is what Portia told her at some point. My mom tells me I can't trust you. So sometimes I have to step away from you because I question what you do. That's what she told her off camera. They get to a point where now we're having a conversation where Portia doesn't want to have this conversation. And she's trying to insinuate that Shamia is trying to have a moment on camera. Why are you doing this for the camera? Why are you bringing up an argument in front of the camera? Like, it's to make it seem like she doesn't have a real issue. The issue is not real. It's just for the TV show. Even though we all saw the way you treat her. We saw it on the show. So it's not like she's reaching for all of these things in far in the past. We specifically talking about the song to which you still have not responded. Okay? Shamia asks, why can't they be real on camera how they are off camera? Portia says they would have to pay me more. So y'all know all of this dry ass, I don't give a fuck energy is Portia coming on here basically saying I want to check without having to really work for it. That's basically what she's saying. Portia keeps saying that she's not trying to argue with her for the show. Portia said ever since they started filming, they haven't been talking. She doesn't need her coming at her from 10, with shit from 10 years ago or staying quiet and then bringing it up on camera. Portia says that, this is scary. It's a lot. Like, it's scary. It's scary for your friend to tell you that a moment where you were being passive aggressively rude with her hurt her feelings. That's scary for you. Accountability is scary. Okay, that makes sense. You having to be held accountable by somebody who you can't run from. Yeah, I bet that is scary. She says, it's a lot. Please stop. And then she gets up and goes to the bathroom to pretend like she's having a hard time because we're supposed to believe that Simon is just wearing her ass out, right? Even though she put herself in this situation. And that's why you should care about how you treat other people, about how other people are handled, because the things will come back and happen to you. Like, that's the point, bitch. It's not even about her stealing nobody, man. It's the energy behind it. It was the intention. It was how she went about it. She went about it, not giving a fuck about anybody else's feelings. And here we are today. That man whipping your ass on the internet and you think we supposed to give a fuck about your feelings. When Portia comes back from the bathroom, because she shut Shamia down, Shamia doesn't say anything. And she calls the waitress to come and box up their food. Shamia says, well, I'm sorry we couldn't find any resolve and that you just packing your food up, and I'll continue to pray for us. Portia says, well, you weren't saying anything, Shamia. Shamia says, well, when I was saying something, you said it was too much. I can't read your mind. And that's what I'm saying. Nothing's ever right. This is intentional. Nothing's ever right. This is all to escape being accountable. This is all to escape being wrong in the situation. Shamia says, what did I do wrong? Shamia just simply asks, what did I do wrong? You know what Portia's response is? I'm just human. I'm trying my best right now. You're re-victimizing yourself. Shamia not dumb. Shamia takes it over. I know you're fragile right now, which is why I didn't want to tell you when I was feeling away, because I know how hard of a time you're having right now. That's the reason why I didn't want to say anything. Basically saying, you mad at me for not saying something. And now that I'm saying something, you telling me you can't take it, and you wonder why I didn't say anything to you before. As she's saying this, once again, as she's telling her this, being honest, I feel like in this moment, she's once again trying to express her feelings to her best friend. The best friend starts moving around silverware to make noise, to interrupt, and also has that dead ass look on her face while she's doing it. It shows I don't give a fuck. Portia asks, well, what can I do? This is a tactic of, because I cannot cry my way out of this, because I cannot use argumentative tactics to win this, I'm just going to relent, and I'm going to ask you what I can do. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to act like everything's cool, but it's really not. I'm mad that you're making me accountable for how I'm treating you. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to just take how I treat you. Like, what's wrong with you, girl? You're supposed to let me play in your face. What's the problem? So I'm just saying, that's the real energy. Shamia says, well, you could stop. Like, you could not tell me to stop when I'm pouring my heart out to you as if you are dismissing me. Portia says, got it. Check. We'll do it. And then she gets emotional. I don't want to break up with you, Shamia. And, I just really want to get past this. I'm sorry. Portia wants them to talk amongst each other moving forward instead of doing it in front of everybody. I don't like that, because you're on a fucking reality show, Giselle. You're on a reality show. If y'all are having issues, we should see it on the show. Like, that's so aggravating that y'all only want to have fake arguments on camera, but real arguments between real friends, y'all want to just have off camera. If you don't want to expose your shit, get off the reality show. I'm tired of y'all with this shit. Then they decide they gonna hug heart to heart, titty to titty, grab each other's asses, you know, get a little clit tickle, and you know, move on about the rest of their day. Shamia even saying that she wore the pants that she wore with the, you know, the ass cheeks kind of exposed for Portia. And then in the confessional, Portia turns around and says, I've never begged so much for an argument to stop, for an ambush to stop in my life. Do y'all know how dangerous that is? And this is the reason why when Candy posted Portia on her main page, and when Kenya posted something about Portia on her, I would tell, like, stop, y'all. Stop acting like you can trust this bitch. Like, be nice, be cordial, have a good time, but stop thinking you can trust her, because she's not to be trusted. Do you know how fucked up it is for you to sit there and have that conversation with Shamia, where Shamia is saying how she feels? And I get it. There's a level to this, because you don't have real feelings like that unless you're using them to manipulate somebody. You view her hurt feelings as her just trying to make you feel bad. You just want to make me feel bad. That's how you view it, Portia and the Portias of the world. Instead of realizing, no, bitch, you're hurting me. That's what we're talking about right here. We're not talking about how me telling you how you hurt me is hurting you. We're talking about how you hurt me. And the fact that you cannot put yourself aside for a second to hear where I'm coming from just shows you're not a real friend. It's not a real friendship. It's a codependency. Portia turning around and saying that she begged. I want y'all to understand. She's basically saying the begging feeling is her not being able to emotionally manipulate Shamia out of the argument. That's what that is. You didn't actually beg, but because you are so unfair to people, you perceive you having to bend in a fake way as you begging, when really Shamia is the one that was begging for you to have some empathy with her. Like, Shamia is begging for you to have empathy for her in this moment. Like, hear me out about how I feel. Yes, Portia is absolutely giving narc. She's on the spectrum of narc. Okay? It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous to me. Okay? So let me see, because there were a lot of things that were said on the internet about the Real Housewives of Atlanta girls, but because I have been doing so much of this Diddy coverage, child, let me just go to the Bravo Shade Room, where I'm sure they've put it all together for me. And what do you get? You get a 9-wall nigga running in your shit. Let me see. I want to read some of these comments before we get into it. Somebody said, but Shamia is wrong. Shamia's wrong for what? What, for telling the other girls? Is that the part? Like, tell me what you know, what part? Because I don't feel like that was an ambush. I don't. Did you see the interview when Shamia was on Andy Cohen Live? Shamia is really hurt. Girl, yeah, I know she is. But I also feel like at some point, I need for Shamia to be a grown-ass woman and detach. The same way Portia goes dead in the face during y'all conversations, I need you to start the process of detaching and stop showing emotion on behalf of somebody that don't give a fuck about you. Let me tell y'all what's really weak. Y'all think crying, y'all think any type of show of emotion is weak. I'm gonna tell y'all what's really weak. What's weak to me is seeing somebody not be reciprocal in y'all relationship and you consistently getting into arguments on their behalf. You going up for them in a way that starts issues with other people. For instance, Drew, Shamia. You the one that asked Drew if she was having a relationship with Dennis. You the one that invited Ralph out. You have been used this entire time, and you're allowing yourself to be used so that Portia can, you know, do this bullshit thing with Drew where she makes Drew her storyline because Drew has the storyline and she can't provide one right now. She can only tell us about it, but she can't provide us nothing. Okay? We can't get no real story, no interactions, no courthouse shit. We ain't getting nothing from Portia. We getting courthouse, we getting lawyers, we getting mama, we getting kids, we getting a lot of shit from Drew. Shamia has allowed herself to be used at every turn. So if you was talking about Shamia being wrong for that, absolutely. Blaming the other women for your inability to speak up for yourself, even though you a grown-ass woman, Shamia, that's your fault, bitch. Okay? But it's really, really, like, it's annoying. Hold up. I saw a comment. Somebody said something that I wanted to read, and y'all know I gotta give me a second. Like the video, please. I appreciate y'all. I do. I really, really do. Portia is deflecting. Look, I feel like Bravo need to be like, so we not paying you enough. Is that right? DeQuasia, thank you for the super chat, love. The conversation between Shamia and Portia was pointless and a waste of time. I felt like Portia should have pulled the Uno card against Shamia by bringing up the conversation that Shamia had with Angela about their friendship. I mean, I don't feel like that's the slap down card you think it is. Because, okay, I had a conversation with her about how I feel about you. You also embarrassed me in front of everybody at the table when I was playing my song and you said it was Drew. Like, to me, you can't tell me that I've then had conversations about you with the other ladies after you did something in front of them that now has them questioning our friendship. That's the whole reason why we got here. Ooh, girl. Hold up. Child, not I see intentional growth. Listen, I appreciate that. Chanel Robinson, thank you for the for being a member. Happy to spend part of my 58th birthday with my favorites. Happy birthday, Chanel! Happy birthday, girl! Listen, hold up. I wish I had something to play. Okay, happy birthday, boo. Shit, I gotta get some birthday music in this bitch. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Okay, shout out to you, girl. I hope you have a beautiful birthday. Jamie, okay, what's up, boo? Thank you for the super chat. I don't care what the real deal is. It should not look and seem like your partner doesn't care about you. Charles being old ain't a good enough excuse for me. No, dead ass. J Ray, thank you for the super chat. Great breakdown, Bondi. Accurate comparison about Nene and Portia. Bo got mommy daddy issues and treat people like shit. Cry victim like that episode with the therapist and Nene walked off in the COVID reunion. Absolutely. Absolutely, J Ray. Clock it, sis. Clock it. Okay. All right, hold up. Let me get into the Instagram of it all. Let me get into the Instagram of it all. Y'all like the video. Matter of fact, before we get into the Instagram of it all, we're going to take a quick little break. Okay? And you know, you can support me or whatever because it's my birthday month if you want to. I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Anywhere you go, give it all. Anywhere you said, anywhere.
Yeah, I like that song. Okay, just real quick. Thank you, Nija Daniels. Thank you, Charmaine. Who else? Antoinette, Lucretia, Regina, lovely lady Les. You were showing out last week. Thank you so much. Jeremy Franks, Amy Afua, Nija Daniels, Kim Ross, Aubrey Thomas, Mabu DeQuasia, Tam, Michelle Morrell, Kelly Bolf. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Thank y'all so much for the cash apps. Okay, CDs, Masterpiece, Charlie's Angels. Thank y'all. yeah. I don't know if y'all know that Baby Boy reference, but if you had the DVD back in the day, the bloopers, okay, girl, it's on YouTube now. Ebony, thank you for the super chat, boo. I'm a therapist and I watch your videos for the deeper breakdowns. Thank you, Bondi, and happy birthday month. Thank you, girl. Listen, come on, therapist. Therapist approved, bitch. All right. Okay, listen, don't be hating on me. All right. Because I'm a little educated. Because I go and read books. Don't be hating on me. I ain't get no degree yet. But I ain't gonna lie. I've been thinking about going back for that psychology master's for a long time. I just don't like school, y'all. Ooh. All right, let's get into it.
Who's the more iconic Atlanta peach, Phaedra or Candy?
Oh my God, is this what? Now, wait a minute.
Is it meant to be like an umbrella? Like made into the dress? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That's some shit. This is some shit that I would wear to the Jazz Fest, girl. Okay, you wear this so it cover the sun. Okay, it get the sun out your face, girl. Girl, what the fuck? It's easily candy. It's easily candy, and I feel like people don't think correctly when it comes to this, right? Y'all think because Phaedra has one-liners and she has this spunky personality, but Candy was giving you story. Okay, Candy was giving you story. Candy was giving you intro. And I mean, for years, I feel like we got way more bang for our buck with Candy. When Candy first came on the show, you know what I'm saying, with the red dude, she was offering us music. She was offering us, drug dealing boyfriend vibes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember him? He passed away. Then we had a deadbeat, baby daddy situation going on. Mama Joyce, you know what I'm saying? Karma, all right? Kim Zolciak. We just consistently had little things going on throughout the course of Candy being on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That was a really it was laid out in an authentic way. Like it wasn't just boom, boom, boom. No, it was like laid out over the years. So I feel like when you look at it like that, like, I'm sorry. It's definitely a scheme that Ty set up to come to us with the bullshit, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Gift that keeps on giving. Candy storyline, the people she brought with her, Candy herself, I may be short. Oh, listen. Y'all are not beating these Candy hating allegations. Y'all aren't beating them.
I'm gonna go with Phaedra.
Okay, how do you think Portia really felt about you?
It's giving you went with Phaedra because you knew she was gonna bully you if you didn't. That's what it's giving.
Ralph is trying to get my attorney recused, and that's a serious turn of events because I'm one of the best attorneys in Atlanta. Like, everyone knows that. And so the levels and heights that he'll go to not wrap this up.
Oh yeah. Niggas will drag out a divorce, a splitting of assets. Yeah. They'll drag that shit forever just so that they can keep having access to you. They want to argue. They want to fight. They want to be able to feed off your energy. They want to be able to feed off of your money if you are SEDURE.
Trying to get her removed from the case, and he's trying to claim being rightful owner to SEDURE LLC.
That's crazy to me. It's just unimaginable.
That's telling. Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to divorce.
No, he wants to win.
Okay. I was like, he's not ready to let you go.
I don't even know if it has anything to do with me. Ralph cares about how people perceive him. And so when he makes mistakes, he won't just say, I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Like Cynthia, he doesn't want to let you go. Like, I hope you didn't mean that in a way like, oh, we should, that means he still love you, girl. No, that's no. No.
Sorry.
What's the sign again?
Aquarius.
Yeah.
Right? Right.
Continue.
So getting my attorney recused is just like, really, I've given all this money and now I'm in a position where I don't even know what will happen. Like, what happens when an attorney is recused? So I just haven't been in the best of places. So my mom comes to get the kids and we're having a conversation because she's watching everything.
Yeah.
I feel the kids are out of control. I spend most of my time all day yelling, stop doing this, you stop doing this, you can't do that. Yeah, they're not even listening to me anymore. The courts didn't take the kids' minds into consideration.
Right. It's obviously my first priority is to protect them, make sure they're good. And I feel like I'm doing a good job checking in. She's like, no, like they're not the grandkids that I know them to be. And that just like broke me down to another level. Because as a mom, when you think you're doing great and you think you know what's going on with your kids, and then for my mom just to see it so clearly and I completely missed it, I was just like, that's the worst thing I ever wanted, is that this is now affecting them negatively. When all I've tried to do is show up for them. It's when you put your marriage in the hands of the judge and the courts. It's
How
like,
old is Josiah now?
he just like 14.
Wow, because he's the oldest, and I feel like he would maybe have more questions than the younger kids.
So Josiah, you know, he is a very reserved kid. He's super bright, honor roll, gifted, accelerated, straight A's. So for him, he's like academics. If you know his
But he's socially awkward, correct?
biological dad, you would see like they're twins. Just very chill. Everything's good. Everything's cool. And I ask him, yeah, I'm fine. So I don't know if he's holding it in and not discussing it and being open, or if he's just really like oblivious and just like they'll figure it out, or he's
I think
oblivious.
if you're good, he's good.
And that's
if
the
you
thing.
break down, then I think it'll be a different situation.
A little worried. And so I do try to just stay strong for them. Try not to let them see me have my moments and breakdowns and tears. Like I just try to keep everything upbeat for them.
That's not right though. I think that's what I feel like, you know, I can't even lie. I don't like crying in front of people. Like it feels so shameful to cry in front of people sometimes. But I feel like you have got to let your children see you be human. Please don't misunderstand me, because people do this too much sometimes, where they make their children emotionally responsible for them. So I feel like that's what you're trying not to do when you don't show them, but the damage is being done and they need to be able to see the fallout. They need to be able to see how it honestly affected you for these things to happen. Because what we notice is that our moms and the moms of the past and all of that spend a lot of time crying in the bathroom and not showcasing their pain because they wanted to protect their kids. And then their sons grow up and think that their mom was just fine having everything on her back because she never cried in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you've got to let them know that you're human so that they don't have these weird ass expectations.
And Makai is online. So he's come and said, well, what is this article? Or I read this. And my response is like, don't believe everything. You know, that's the best I can do because of the court order. In a perfect world, I would love for Ralph and I to sit down as a united front and have this conversation. But when you put and have this conversation, but we can't agree.
What was the reasoning behind you can't tell your kids?
I don't understand. It was just in the order. And I guess until we have things figured out, because they say when you go before kids, you want to come to them with a plan, because they just want to know, are we safe? Where are we going to live? How's it going to work? And you don't have those. We don't have those answers yet. We don't know for ourselves. So how can you, communicate that to the kids? And I think maybe that is the reason.
They just want to keep that separate.
Right. Yeah. And have this conversation. But
okay. So that was her on that. Okay, let's move over to this.
On Portia's end, Portia gives me the feeling that she doesn't realize that she's doing anything wrong. You know, it's crazy. Like
and to me, she does. And I think it's weird that y'all think that she's not intentionally trying to make you think that it's not intentional. It is. It's intentional.
And now I guess the world is picking up on the division and just like the fact that we're not really speaking. Yeah. I've gotten so many DMs and messages, and even to those, I still crazy because it's her. I'm sorry. And the stuff that people have said, I tell you a long time ago, that's her friend, and she don't want you in this space with her. She don't want to share this with you. I told you the other day, I said, Portia, I wish we could be the way we are off camera, on camera. And you know what you said? They would have to pay me more money for that. Why can't we be that way? I'm sorry.
You know what I will say? Because I can see both sides of, yes, Shamia being exhausting and dragging it and really taking advantage of the moment. But I can also feel like you really it might take you a long time to see people clearly, especially if you have this type of relationship. I think that it just has taken Shamia a long time. And I think sometimes when you really realize how the person you were being like genuine with was playing in your face, that shit be like hitting you upside the head. And it happens over and over again.
I really hate that for her.
Since you've been friends with both of them, do you think that Portia wanted her on this platform? Do you think Portia was like, this is mine?
I honestly don't know, but Portia's never told me that she didn't want Shamia on this platform. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not negating Shamia's feelings. All I know is Portia's never told me, I don't want Shamia over here. I don't like her being over here, any of those things.
You know what? I'm about to throw Portia a bone here. I think Shamia's playing a long game. I'm sorry.
What does that mean?
I think that Shamia wanted to be on this platform. And her friend was on this platform. And so Shamia was willing to put up with what Portia was offering or issuing out on the friend side to get what she wanted.
I think that that's the way you think because you like to use doing shit for people as a way to control them. So because of that, that's the way you view it. The only reason I have to disagree with that is because they have been friends for so long. I feel like this is just a dynamic of their friendship. Like, and I also feel like even before Shamia was actually a prospect to be on the show full time, because I feel like she's always been there as a cheerleader, but she also takes Portia places with her. There were times when Shamia was the star of the show and she would bring Portia somewhere with her to be like, you're not the only, you're not the only one that's shining, bitch. You're not the only one that's shining. Like, another thing is Candy is the one that pushed Shamia up. Like, she didn't need to, like, Candy has so much influence over there at Bravo that I really do think without being on the show, Candy can still make a call and be like, I think I would suggest, and people will add her opinion to why they choose to do something. Like, I'm sorry. Like, no, Angela, I think that's because that's the way you handle your situations as far as like this transactional thing, this emotional transactional shit. But I really don't, because this is just a pattern of behavior in their friendship that I feel like has been going on since they were teenagers. Like, you can't tell me no different. Again, I read Portia's book. I feel like I understand because the book is in first person. I feel like I understand how Portia thinks. Once you understand how somebody thinks, yeah, I'm not about to be confusion on here like that no more. Okay? And to me, I feel like it's easier to see things clearly when you are not actually friends with somebody, when you are away from it. But when you are in it like Shamia is, and you shining and she shining, and you go to support her on the show, and then you have something and you bring her along with you, like, it does not feel like you're just there making a friendship work to use somebody. And I feel like that's what Angela is basically saying. And I just don't see that.
I don't take Shamia to be one you can walk over. Mm-hmm. I don't take her to be one who can be manipulated. I take her to be very calculated. Her friend got on this platform and Portia invited her on this platform with her. And then she coveted it.
Portia. Yeah, no, I don't agree with that at all. And I do feel, I'm like, I'm almost looking at Angela like, do you know something I don't know, bitch? Because where have you been? Like, where have you been? I feel like this whole relationship with Shamia and Portia has been going on for years. For years. This is not new news. And Shamia is actually talented. Shamia has real job. Like, Shamia could have got on this show without Portia, y'all. Shamia could have got on this show without Portia. You can't tell someone they can't be manipulated. What the hell? Yeah, no, that's weird. Like, that is weird for you to say, oh, I feel like she can't be manipulated. No. What you realize is that the way she defends Portia like a rabid dog makes you feel like she can see all of these things and all of that. But you don't even realize that that's an aspect of her being manipulated. The way she responds to you is an aspect of her being manipulated in the friendship with Portia, where you feel like you have to always be speaking up on somebody's behalf and you have to defend them tooth and nail, because if you're not defending them, they're going to tell you that you didn't defend them. Like, Portia makes me feel like she's the type of friend that the slightest little thing will make her blow up So then you start to walk on eggshells in y'all friendship, and you know that you have to have these overreactions, cut that shit off, because if she ever finds out that y'all had a conversation, or oh no, if she is in a conversation with you when you say something that she does not like or if somebody else is talking and you not responding the way you responding and she find out, it's giving emotional blackmail. It's giving, like, consistently Portia is blackmailing Shamia with emotional validation. That's what it feel like to me. But I could be wrong, girl.
I sat down and talked to Shamia. She was hurt, but she seemed just very confused by her friendship with Portia, which I didn't realize that, like, for me, it's like all I see is what they show. On social media, it looks like they're great. This is the first time I've really seen any kind of turmoil between Portia and Shamia, like in the circle.
I feel like Portia can't ask why Shamia is a part of her storyline, because, bitch, you don't even have a storyline. Drew is your storyline. You're not sitting anywhere where you can be like, Shamia using me for a storyline. Bitch, you mean the way you trying to find a reason to be mad at Drew?
Really get into the nitty gritty of what was happening.
The fact that you have minimized my feelings to be about the show is really unfortunate, because it's not about the show for me. This is a lot, Shamia. Please stop.
The worst thing I wanted to happen was now my friend is coming into the group, which I wanted to celebrate.
Absolutely.
Is that now me and her do pits
Against each other.
That's what I was really fighting for at that point.
Phaedra, Miss Shamia, fuck Candy and Todd. I really don't want your opinion on this matter. You've already showcased that you don't really see it for Shamia, to the point that you might lie, or you just might out something unnecessarily about her to shame her. So I just need for you not to have that much of an opinion when Portia is talking about Shamia. That's how I feel. I'm sorry. I don't want that. Thank you though.
I would have thought the same thing if I was you.
She may feel that this is kind of like a lopsided friendship.
Wow. Oh, these new girls may be saying this, but never my best friend.
Right.
As far as Portia not being a good friend to me, that is the stuff that Angela, Brits, Drew, all of these ladies that in their own way and own time have come to me and said, hey, you always supporting her, you always speaking up for her, she don't do the same for you, yada, 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 yada. But I never gave them anything. So the fact that she opened that up for them to judge and evaluate and dictate our friendship and what it was and what it was not, that's on her. I feel like this goes back to when they were younger.
Right.
I don't feel like these are new
Issues.
And now they're coming up as they've gotten older, as the dynamic of the friendship has changed. One of the things that I pointed out to her was, because she was saying all the things that she's done for Portia, how she's been a friend to her, is I don't believe that you can tell other people how to friend you back.
Yeah.
If you're a giver, be a giver. People love to receive from a giver.
But
And
you
it's just
also
your
have to
choice.
tell people how you want, or show people how you wish to be treated.
Absolutely.
You know?
I've been supporting you and everything, Portia, from singing your song on my Instagram to playing it to asking DJs and everybody to play it. Even at the games, I would sing the anthem. I would like, okay, well, come sing it with me. Like anything you want, what your dream is,
I
that was
remember.
mine. I want you to win, just like I want to win.
Now, what you're willing to do,
Right.
you got to just do that from your heart, and this is the kind of person you are. You can't hold somebody after all these years accountable. If this is who they are, and this is how they friend, and this is the friend you choose to have, then that is your choice. I sat down and talked to Shamia. She was hurt, but
Cynthia was right about that. Like, at some point, this is your choice to be a friend to somebody that's treating you like this. Basically.
seemed just very confused.
Like, girl, wake it up.
You okay?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry.
Even I didn't want to do this for the longest time, because I was like, you know what, I was very respectful.
Can I tell you
Just like
something?
that, this is her space, you know. I just wanted it to be okay, like, you know, this is her thing. I'm happy with the life I'm living off camera, you know. But I thought doing
but
this that we
share
could
that
be,
life.
but I thought we could be like, we could show people like how great our friendship is.
I hate to tell you, even when we had that conversation the other day, and it's like, I think you said to me, you were like, if I don't have to do the show again, you know, so she can be comfortable. Let me tell you something. This is your authentic life. You have a purpose. Giving your all about Shiloh. Giving your all about your marriage. Giving your all about your businesses. Giving your all about what your life looks like with IVF. Like, you're giving people Shamia. You are that mother girl. Imagine being in a competition with somebody you don't even know you're competing with. Sorry, guys. I had to do a little power speech. I might as well have a little touch up. Can I have a little touch up while I can? Now coming to the stage, Shamia! Mr. Shamia Mwangi! You okay?
That's what I mean when I say Kelly be doing a lot, but I like her. Like, You know what I'm saying? But I believe that Shamia is I feel like at the end of the day, this is true about Portia not really being comfortable with Shamia being on the show. It's the same thing is why she don't want Dennis on the show. Like anything that is going to block her sunlight, she got a fucking problem. And I do feel like when she compares herself to Shamia, it's like, well, I got the show, so that makes me better than her. But once Shamia is on the show, now that comparison is going to go the other side. Shamia got the show, Shamia got the man, Shamia got the house, Shamia got the kids. You can't have the show over Shamia after that. So yeah, no, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm fully believing that Portia is not happy with Shamia coming on the show and being her own person. And I think that Shamia was overcompensating and doing the most with everybody because she knew how Portia was going to respond. It's like desperate. That's what I was talking about, like this desperation that Shamia has. And she shows it in different parts of her life where she doesn't know how to step back and just relax and let the shit be what it's going to be. She really doesn't know how to just step back, let the shit be what it's going to be at some point. You know what I mean? She does it all over the place. It's just very, very like desperate attempt to hold things together. And I'm not saying it to like shade her or anything. I'm just clocking it, right? You want to have the baby, so there's a desperate attempt to have that male child for your husband. You want to hold this friendship together no matter how much this girl is giving you dead in the face. Like you are desperate to hold it together. You desperate for her not to know. I mean, you're desperate for her to not feel like you just fucking over her. You want her to feel like, no, girl, I'm not trying to take your spot. I want to do this with you. I want to be your friend. I want to be up here, you and me. I'm not trying to just take over your spot, but Portia is somebody, and y'all have to like peep this mentality because it it shows up all over the place. The example is the way racism works, right? Racism works by keeping its boot on black people's necks. Whenever somebody requests that the boot be taken off, the racists act like that's now reverse racism. You're treating us bad because you're not allowing us to continue this imbalance. That's basically what's happening, where you're so used to shit not being fair at all that any amount of balance feels like you're having something taken from you. That mentality, I think we see it repeated all over the place. We see it repeated in our interpersonal relationships. We see it in racism. We see it in sexism. We see it all over the place. I can dominate you, oppress you. And if you ever try to balance this situation out, I'm going to yell and scream as if you are hurting me and I was not hurting you. Like that's basically what I feel like is happening here. Portia is doing it with Shamia. Child, the white people do it with the black people. The men do it with the women, girl, everybody. It be all over the place, girl. You just gotta pay attention to the themes. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to the themes, girl, to the patterns of behavior, if you will. Yeah, I think that was it. Hold up.
What did we make of Shamia and Portia's sit down at the end of the episode?
Claps. Ooh, I just felt like it was more needed. I think maybe they needed a little bit more time. I was a little disappointed about the ambush that Portia said at the end. That bothered me a little bit about the whole,
that Portia said she felt ambushed.
She felt ambushed by Shamia actually speaking about how she truly felt. I felt like it was such a vulnerable moment, and she still didn't receive it. I don't know. It's like the A in Portia is not for accountability.
What did you think?
I just think knowing what Portia is going through, having been through a similar situation, I understand that sometimes you can't really have the bandwidth to handle your friends and to be the accountable friend you should be,
Right.
So I empathize with Portia there. And
I feel like you're talking to Kelly as if Kelly isn't also going through a divorce with a treacherous man trying to take her money. Y'all be spreading that shit around. Ashley Darby is going to defend Portia because Ashley is she's a Gretchen. Ashley's a Gretchen. She wants to be the head mean girl, but she doesn't have exactly what it takes. So she's a Gretchen. She's always trying to make fetch happen. Let's see.
You're not ready today.
I mean, I just feel like when you get to know someone for 10 years, it's like,
yeah, no. But you also gotta peep it from the beginning. You gotta pay attention to the patterns. I know what she about to say, but you gotta pay attention to the fact that nigga love bomb you. When you tell us that y'all was married in 5 months and you was pregnant within 8, he love bombed you, bitch. Pay attention. Don't let nobody do that shit again. Hold up. Here you go. So Portia, I'ma just let me do it. Y'all want me to do it? I'm gonna do it. I'ma just say this. I'm watching new episode, Shamia Morton. Now, don't take it there. Don't imply shit about Diane Williams. I've been keeping it cute/quiet, and you can do and say what you want in me. But hear me when I say, wrong road. Talking about, well, your mom thought my mom was a friend, knowing goddamn well what she did to my mom was highly egregious. Don't do it. Keep playing victim and that BS. Don't F with my mom. You said it on TV, new episode 11, now saying I'm it in public. Just stop, fair warning. So I guess Portia is trying to make it seem as if Shamia's mama fucked Diane's man. Is that what the shit is now? Girl, listen. Y'all gonna have to show us, because I'm not believing nothing that Portia says. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm gonna believe it's a projection. That's what I'm gonna believe, because that's how y'all get down. That's how y'all get down, girl. So yeah, I'm not. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Shamia, I guess, did not respond to this. She did wish her happy birthday, and instead of texting her or calling her, she posted this shit. I think this is how you need to recognize bitch ain't really your friend. They just want to keep access to you. That's what she did. Like, that's why you would really not like her. Like, you would not be good with the conversation y'all had, but you just want to keep access to her. So you apologize, hug it out, and move on. And then after the fact, say she ambushed you. Same thing with you wishing her happy birthday, because you don't want people to respond the same way they responded to you not posting her song. So you tell her happy birthday for the benefit of everybody else. She receives it. People pleaser. So happy my friend is being nice to me. And then you turn around and get on the internet and bash her because she said that y'all moms don't get along. And just like your mama don't trust her, her mama don't trust your mama. Portia deleted the birthday post. Not surprising. Not surprising. Yeah, she's fake. Like, you pretend to be cool, and then you turn around with no no prompting whatsoever, and we're not cool. Yeah, I hate people like that. Like, stay away from me. Leave me alone. I don't care. I don't want to be your friend. I don't think you're cool. I don't care. Leave me alone. I'm just saying, I've encountered those people. Leave me alone. Kia M, thank you for the super chat. Happy birthday, Bondi. Great assessment of the Portia Shamia relationship. What blows mine is people out here really acting like they wouldn't cut people off for less. Shamia has given the relationship too much grace, in my opinion. I agree. Zena Zine, thank you for the super chat. Boo, happy birthday month. The plantation video going up on Facebook. One of my friends said that looks like Bondi. I know. I think a couple, I've had like at least 2 of them going viral. That one and the one about men saying that women don't adjust for them. Child, it's been like a good 5 years of us telling y'all to move around because we not. And y'all don't know how to act. Now y'all acting like the whole history of the world, the whole history of niggerdom. The girls have been out here just telling you niggas what to do. Crystal, what's going on, my love? Thank you for the super chat. I think what's really irksome is how compact Kelly's body is and how poorly she's always styled. Oh my God, I know. And I have a compact body too. It's annoying. You really wish you was the tall, slender bitches sometimes. Not all the time, because it does kind of, in the patriarchy, it's cool to be short because it's easier to find niggas that's taller than you. You don't have to be bitched out about niggas being, oh, he not tall enough. Yeah, everybody's basically taller than me. It's not that hard, okay? All you gotta be is 5'5" and above. That shouldn't be hard for you weird ass niggas. J Ray, thank you for the super chat. Jesse Wu mentioned She went to Shiloh's baby shower. Portia wasn't there. Saw on Shamia's page she's in France with her husband, and Kelly took her daughter out for a fun day because she missed her mommy, a real friend. Oh, hold up. Let me read that again. Went to Shiloh's baby shower. Portia was there. Shamia page she's in France with her husband, and Kelly took her daughter out for a fun day. Okay, like at home. Okay, got it. I had to read that again, girl. All right, a real friend. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do feel like is as much of a little people pleaser as I think Kelly is, I do think she shows up in a way that I like. I do. Drew's interview on Carlos King's, I talked about it at the beginning. It was okay. Like, once you got through like the first half of it, I think it really got good. But yeah, no, I appreciate the setting of the record. Okay. I'm 5'4", but I need a guy that's around 6 feet. No, you don't. You want that, but that's not what you need. That's not like mandatory. Okay, I'm 5'3". I don't need you to be 6 feet tall. Like, for what? For what? Now, my nigga is, but that wasn't like, oh, you not like, nigga, are you taller than me? That's all that matters. But I also date women. So I don't need no, I don't need, like, a part of being attracted to a person does not mean that you need to be towering over me and you need to be some, big old, I mean, I have one of those, but it ain't, it's not that serious. Okay. Now, I do not want you to be shorter than me, but the same height or taller. Yes. Okay. But yeah, and that's just for women. Men, you have to be at least taller than me, bitch. Like, you can't be 5'4". You got 5'5" and above is what I'm accepting. And I'm 5'3". Okay. I'm 4'11" and a half and dated at 6'3". And you can't act like that's not a precarious situation when it comes to sex. I'm just saying. Like, sometimes it's easier, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I am 5'2", 5'7" is good. 6'2" is too much. 6 is pushing it. Yeah, Lyric's like 6'2". But like, that wasn't, like, it wasn't mandatory. It wasn't something I cared about. And this right here. I don't want to be like this. I'm always like this. I'm always like this. I know my 5'10", so I want to be compact. I'm tired of the giraffe references. But y'all carry weight better. Y'all lose weight faster. Like, y'all have a lot of benefits to being tall. Right? Like, I don't understand where all of this, a nigga gotta be 6 feet shit come from. From where? Like, what is it? What is his height doing for you? Is it making it easier for you to get the fruit from the trees? Like, what is that doing for you? Like, I'm saying, like, I get you wanting to be taller as a way of like protection, but having like you being 5'2" and it being mandatory for this nigga to be 6 feet tall, no, it's like, come on. What are we hoping for here? Like, what you want? You want to be able to pick up, put him on the shoulder, like, so you can walk around. Like, what's that about? Because the fruit hang low. So the kids average out. I cannot stand y'all. Shout out to my son Makai. He's graduating tomorrow. Right? Shout out to Makai. Happy graduation. Shout out to all the graduating seniors. Shout out to all the people accomplishing shit. Shout out to y'all. Okay. Don't let nobody make you feel like your accomplishments mean nothing. Your accomplishments mean everything. Okay. Everything. Let me see. Ralph does an amazing job as a peach holder. Child, they've been tearing his bitch ass up, and I'm glad. Unpopular opinion. Ralph is fighting for his rights, and it's not about to let Drew drag his name and take his money. Drew should just leave the house to Ralph and let him pay the bills, since he said he is paying for everything anyway. Okay. I'm glad that all of these people like him. I'm glad all of these little few people like him. Something's wrong with all of them. Something is wrong with all of them. I'm very unsure about how Drew is trying to drag his name through the gutter. Like, he wants to be seen. And he's not smart enough to know how terrible he looks. Like, the fuck? These niggas is stupid. These niggas have big egos. So they don't even see how embarrassing they are. Disrespecting my mother. He said, mama gotta watch her mouth. My mom ain't gotta watch shit. Yeah, let me be quiet. Like, let me stop. Cause I don't like him and I don't understand. I don't like him and I don't like anybody that defends him. I'm really getting to the point that I'm not arguing with people. You feel how you feel, and I feel like something's wrong with you. Move away from me. Disrespecting you on national television. Nigga, fuck you. So you think you can disrespect me in private, but as soon as somebody say something about your bitch ass on a TV show, now you on cry and act like you a victim? Boy, fuck you. That's how I would feel. Girl, that's how I would feel. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all when it comes to this. My plan is to come back to you guys maybe around like 5 or 6 and do a BondyBlue show covering more of Diddy trial and, you know, Megan Thee Stallion responding to Tory Lanez. A lot of stuff going on. So I definitely might come back to y'all maybe around 5:30. So hopefully I'll see you guys back here on my channel then. Thank you so much to everybody that super chatted and cash apped CDs, Master P's, Charlie's Angels. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I called everybody. Yeah, I think I did. Okay. All right, y'all. Have a good rest of y'all day and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.